The world's oldest printed book, the Diamond Sutra of 868 AD, is revered for its spiritual message about the fleeting nature of our lives. But it also contains the oldest image in a printed book. I'm Conrad Walters, co-author of Journeys on the Silk Road, and I'd like to tell you more about that illustration. The image was carved into wood 1,200 years ago by an unknown craftsman in China before being printed. It's a beautiful, complex image. At first glance, it can be overwhelming. There's so much going on within that single sheet of paper. At the center, of course, is the Buddha. He's seated in a lotus position on a lotus flower throne that is surrounded by a halo of purifying flames. There's a third eye on his forehead, a symbol of his enlightenment, and a swastika on his chest. Swastika is a Sanskrit word, and it translates as to be good. In China and the rest of East Asia, it has become a symbol for Buddhism and the concept of eternity. And notice the Buddha's hands. In India, where Buddhism began, hand gestures carry great meaning, and these are symbols of the Buddha's benevolence. Around the Buddha are all sorts of characters. To his right and left are monks with their shaved heads, and I like how each one has been drawn with a unique expression. I especially love how one monk on the left gazes directly at us, inviting us to join in on this precious moment with the Buddha. The other key figure is on the lower left, kneeling and with his hands clasped palm to palm. It's a monk named Subhuti, one of the Buddha's greatest disciples. He has placed his slippers neatly beside him on the tiled floor and is looking up at the Buddha. The text of the Diamond Sutra unfolds as a conversation between Buddha and Subhuti. The frontispiece captures the reverence of that exchange as Subhuti poses questions to the Buddha, and the Buddha shares his knowledge in the hope of leading Subhuti and all beings toward enlightenment. Protecting the Buddha are a pair of lions. You'd expect them to look ferocious. After all, they are protecting the enlightened one. But the lion on the bottom left, with its tongue hanging out, looks, to a modern eye, like a cuddly bear that's just woken from hibernation. Far more fearsome are two deities that also guard the Buddha. The one on the left is wielding a weapon called a vajra. This is another Sanskrit word, and it has dual meanings. One is thunderbolt, which you can see from its shaft-like shape. The other meaning is diamond, although this is an inexact English translation that attempts to describe a material so hard as to be indestructible. The word diamond is no coincidence here. The Diamond Sutra is a Buddhist teaching that aims to smash any misconceptions about what is real, including our sense of our own importance. The sutra's central message is that everything is fleeting, everything is transitory. Floating above the Buddha are two angelic figures known as apsaras. These too originate in India, where apsaras were supernatural female nymphs who served the gods. You can see that here they're offering what look like a bowl of fruit on the left and a lotus flower on the right. Such offerings are commonly found inside Buddhist temples even today. The last element I'd like to discuss are the patrons, whose donations enabled such artworks to be created. Similar images adorn the caves of the 1,000 Buddhas in China's Gansu province, where the Diamond Sutra of 868 was discovered. In a sense, these donors represent us, the unenlightened on earth who seek a better life. In ancient China, as in the West, images like the frontispiece allowed religious messages to be shared with the faithful, even those who were unable to read. The text of the Diamond Sutra can be perplexing and enigmatic, but I think the frontispiece speaks to us still and makes us want to accept that invitation from the humble bald monk who gazes out at us from 1,200 years ago.